It was a day like any other when the news of Samuel's sudden passing reached Jacob, his younger brother, who had always overshadowed him in every aspect of life. Business, wealth, respect was gone. The grief in the family was profound. Yet Jacob's heart stirred with something more than sorrow. He didn't just mourn the loss of his brother. He saw opportunity. Samuel had left no will, a fact that Jacob believed worked to his advantage. As the eldest, Jacob knew the law. All assets and property would go to the closest living relative. The house, the business, the wealth, he thought it all belonged to him. Jacob's first visit to Lila's house was filled with quiet determination. He had no interest in the widow's grief or the baby she cradled in her arms. To him, it was business. He had come for what he believed was his. Lila sat in the living room, Ethan sleeping softly in her arms. Her world had been turned upside down by Samuel's death, and now, with no warning, Jacob entered the room. His cold eyes scanned the home that had once been filled with laughter and love. "I'm here about Samuel's property," Jacob said, his voice as cold as the winter air. "It's time we discuss what's mine." Lila looked up at him, her heart pounding in her chest. "What do you mean, Jacob?" "By law, everything goes to the eldest, and that's me. I'll be taking what's rightfully mine," he replied, his tone flat and uncompromising. Lila stood up, still holding Ethan close to her chest. "You can't just take everything. Samuel wanted me and Ethan to be taken care of. He loved us." Jacob's face twisted with disdain. "Samuel's gone. His wishes don't matter. I'm the one who should inherit his estate, and you're in my way." Lila felt a fire inside her. The thought of losing everything Samuel had worked for was unbearable. But more than that, the idea of her son's future being taken from him was too much to bear. She took a deep breath, lifting her chin in defiance. "I won't let you do this, Jacob. This is not just about property. This is about Ethan's future. You can't take that away from us." Jacob's eyes narrowed, his greed growing stronger. "I'm going to take what's mine, Lila. You're only making it harder on yourself." But Lila didn't back down. "I will fight for what's right, and you won't take it from me no matter what you try." Days turned into weeks as the battle over Samuel's estate began. Jacob, using his wealth and connections, hired the best lawyers he could find. Lila, though heartbroken, was determined not to let her son's inheritance be stolen. With the help of a local lawyer who believed in her, she began her own fight. The courtroom became their battleground. Jacob threw every accusation he could, claiming that Lila was unfit to manage the estate. But Lila stood firm. Her love for Ethan, her determination to honor Samuel's legacy, fueled her every word. Jacob's case was built on greed and entitlement, but Lila's was built on love and integrity. Jacob's obsession with the estate began to consume him. He pushed harder, twisted the law in his favor, and manipulated the situation in every way he could. But each time Lila stood her ground, her strength growing with each argument. Lila knew that she couldn't lose this fight. For Ethan, for Samuel's memory, for herself. She began to feel the toll it was taking on her emotionally and physically, but she refused to give in. The battle reached a breaking point when Jacob, in a fit of rage, tried to force Lila to leave the house. "This is mine now! You don't belong here!" he shouted, his voice filled with venom. But Lila, holding Ethan close, answered firmly, "I belong here. Jacob, this is my home. You can't take it from me." The court's decision came as a shock to Jacob. His case crumbled under the weight of his greed, and Lila's case was too strong. Samuel's estate was awarded to Lila and Ethan. Jacob's anger boiled over as he stormed out of the courtroom. His obsession with money and power had cost him not just the inheritance, but his brother's legacy and his relationship with Lila. He had underestimated the strength of a mother, his love, and the resilience of a woman fighting for her family. With the court ruling in her favor, Lila found peace. She had fought not just for herself, but for Ethan's future. The house, the memories, and the love Samuel had given her would be theirs to keep. Jacob, now without his brother's wealth and without any familial ties, vanished into the shadows of his own greed. He had lost everything, including the family he had once had. Lila, on the other hand, found a new sense of purpose. She would raise Ethan to honor his father's memory and to grow up with love and integrity, the very qualities that had helped her win this battle. As she rocked Ethan to sleep that night, Lila whispered to him, No matter what happens, my son, we will always have each other. And with that, she knew she had won the only thing that mattered, her family's future.